Right, so I am back. Oh, I missed LJ. Sorry, LJ, I missed you saying you subscribed. And I don't think anyone's there at the moment. Probably because it was offline for a while, I'm guessing. So, let's come out of that. Let's get No Man's Sky loaded up. Let's change the game capture from Shadow of War. Oh, we can't yet because it isn't there. What are you doing, mouse? Thank you. Now let's change the game capture from Shadow of War to No Man's Sky, which is currently teeny tiny. And let's load up the normal game. So yes, thank you LJ for subscribing. That's awesome. Apologies for missing that if you are still there. Is Antisepticeye still there? So the first thing I need to do is actually just restart the game, because I've been playing this downstairs using the Steam streaming thing. In-home streaming, so I've been changing the resolution to make it run at a sensible rate. And I know that when I hit that, I'm going to have to restart it again. Yes, I'm sure. Hey, Brent, welcome back. Lost Steam for a moment. Why does it say Shadow of War still running? Shadow of War isn't still running, is it? Or Shadow of War is still running. Oh, Christ. I wondered why the screenshot was still on the stream screen there. God, man, No Man's Sky would have run like absolute crap. So let's start No Man's Sky back up again. That's a more reasonable size. We are going to have to change the stream window now though, because it's going to be huge. Oh, it isn't there yet. There it is. Let me do the window. Thank you. Let's resize that so it's sensible. Ta-ding. And let's drop into normal. Right. So where'd you go, Brent? Alright, so here we are. So this is my ship. Is that my ship? I did not save it. I did rename it. Ah, cool. Anything interesting? As in, did you get anything interesting for dinner? What did I name it? I named it Ugly Boy because it is an ugly ship and I did not want to get it. But I spent half hour waiting for a ship that I had a really awesome A-class ship with more slots. Had fewer tech slots, wherever the tech slot thing's gone. There it is. Yeah, had fewer tech slots, but a couple were damaged, and it's going to cost me millions to repair, and I had no money. And I had to spend all the money I had getting this one. But we've got some slots and stuff. Ah, hey, Antisepticeye, you are there. Cool. I will get onto my name momentarily. So, basically, this is where we are at the moment. I think I'm pretty much... I mean, the ship's the same. Well, the ship's slightly better than what I think I had before. I've got the same amount of slots I did in the original game that I've now obviously left. So what we need to do now is basically make our way into space, do the little stuff there, and then get a base built is basically what we want to do. Because we didn't actually start off any of the... Go into the log. Well, they're not even there yet. Didn't start off any of the other missions because they weren't in survival mode. So we'll do that. And yes, I can Antisepticeye. You asked. basically how I came up with the name, yeah? Wow, let me just get off of that screen before stuff starts kicking off. How I came up with the name. My name in real life, I have not yet figured out how to make this work. My name in real life is... no, it's fine. Is Mansfield. That is my real name in real life. So, I don't really know how I came up with Man of the Ants from Mansfield. But for some reason, I decided... Ah, there we go, right. I decided to go from... to go from Mance, which is what a lot of people call me Mance, because it's just, you know, people are lazy, so it goes from Mansfield just down to Mance, because that's what people do. So somehow I got Mance, and I then split Mance, so my name shortened down to Mance, I then split it in half, and got Man and Ants, and then stuck Other in the middle. So, not particularly conventional, I'm sure. But I was when I come up with it, I remember being really impressed with myself for coming up with such a clever little play on my name. So that is where Man of the Ants come from. It is just a play on my name. So nothing too exciting, I'm afraid. We have seen all of this before, so we'll just skip. Gonna marinate the asparagus with the sirloins. Ooh. Ooh. Fancy. Like the sound of that. No worries, antiseptic guy. Happy that you're here. Happy you've been enjoying the channel. Yeah, I missed the first part, Brent. I got the I got the marinating part, but not the part I think which told me what you actually got. Well, I guessed sirloins and asparagus, and probably some sort of potatoes, I'm guessing. Just check and see if there are any particularly rich planets around before I go down to the other one. Doesn't look like it, does it? And what's this one all about? Ooh, hang on. Let's go to the station before we go anywhere else. Oh, what was that one? Just so I don't forget that I've done it. Nothing interesting. It's really cold. Ooh. Stupid ship. Stupid ugly boy ship. Oh. Thanks, Antisepticite. That's amazing. That's so cool of you to say. We're still early days yet, but, you know, I think we're doing alright. That's awesome. What's your favourite series so far, then? Ooh. Just one dude? I have never seen a station with just one dude on before. I think I mentioned it in previous one. My fiance's I've been playing through it on the PS4. So I didn't see the very end of the game, like the end of the missions which she got to, but I saw a lot of the middle bit, and she's done like 47 hours now. Oh, I guess I'll just share oxygen. And I've never seen a station with one person on. Weird. Weird. So, what am I looking for? Stuff to sell, pretty much. I could probably sell the microdensity fabric. I don't think I need that. Lots of get charms. Too many nanite clusters. Might as well buy a blueprint. Hey Andy, how's it going? And cool, I'm glad you enjoyed Middle Earth. I'm glad you were there for the end of Middle Earth as well then. Antiseptic guy. Yeah, I can remember you being a bit of a fan of No Man's Sky, Andy. That does ring a bell. What is this stuff? Work still kicking your ass a bit? Boltcaster, mining beam. Ah, mining beam. I'm happy with. Might get that. Blaze Javelin. The hell's a blaze? I want a blaze javelin. Jesus. 25 mining power. That's insane. We'll buy this one. Use up some of them clusters. Goes under 500. Yeah. Let's have a look. Nothing there. Should I just sell the Gek Charms? Yeah, I've got no money. Let's just sell the Gek Charms. Let's sell the microdensity fabric. 25 Chrysolite. Probably don't need that at the moment. Let's get rid of that. And we'll keep hold of everything else. Cool. My favourite game. Oof. Open, thank you. I Expect You to Die has been one of my favourite things in so long. That game was so much fun. And luckily, really popular on the channel. But yeah, that was one of the first things, one of the first VR things I did on the channel, and I absolutely adored it. Absolutely adored it. It was brilliant. Outside of that, Mage's Tale was a huge amount of fun. I really enjoyed Mage's Tale. Do I need some iron? Probably. Too far? Oh, that'll do. That'll do. Oh, unless I'm going to fly straight into some. Cool. Oh, insufficient fuel. I haven't even fueled up my pulse engine. Ka-chung. So, yeah, so those would definitely be amongst my favourites. There are probably some others I'm forgetting about. That don't currently spring to mind, but yeah. I Expect You to Die is probably my favoritist. That's a word. That's fine. Bit demoralised, Andy. Nice. Just what you want. Still Marvel, I'm guessing? That's been going on a while then. Ah, thanks Anti-Septic guy. Turn that thumbs up button to like on the video as well, of course, if you are watching on YouTube. So how long are you expecting this sort of crunch period to last, Andy? Have you not seen the Mage's Tale yet, Scott? It's a VR game I did a series for, made by, oh, what the hell are they called? A British company, headed up by Brian Fargo, who is quite well known amongst the British developer scenes back in the day. I wanted a little red thing. It was a very fun game. It was, again, actually very popular on the channel, which is always helpful. It made me some good friends on the channel as well. That's when JJ first came along. It's kind of like a fantasy wizardy kind of thing. But yes, Mage's Tale. Sure, it's on your list to see soon. Oh, thanks, Antiseptic. I mean, it's the reason to stream, really, isn't it? And even if people comment on the channel, I try to get back to every single comment people put on there. Including, like, you know, people who try and do a little bit of trolling and stuff. Skip. Traveller. It's first. Oh, I see. Completely the opposite. Oh, no, you did say, you did comment on one, I think, didn't you? You did say that. Neither. The eye has seen it. And there's a lovely warp cell for me. Excellent. How many animals on this planet? Because it's got a few. 9, so a few more to go yet. So yeah, the whole point of streaming really is to talk to. That's the reason I do streaming, rather than just doing sort of static, on-demand vids, as I refer to them. which I think is standard, but I'm not too sure, is to talk to people, is to interact with people in the chat and stuff. So something like No Man's Sky works quite well because it's relatively laid back. So you can kind of actually talk to people rather than worrying about playing the game all the time. Middle-earth is a bit 50-50 in that regard. Sometimes it was alright. Other times in the middle of a fight I'd look up to see I'd missed, like, you know, a page or two worth of chat. Alright, so let's not waste too much time. Let's just crack on back to the ship. What we got to do now, just... Locate your benefactor. So I don't think... Let me just check my old phone. Because I put it in my email drafts. So I put in everywhere I got to and everything. So I knew not to go too far. Let me just check my drafts. See, at this path was no progress. Find an anomaly. So really what I need to do now is just find a suitable planet which isn't murdering me. And then get a base built. That's what I need to do really. And then start populating the base. Oh, I'm sorry to hear you being sick. Sick antiseptic guy? That sucks. No one likes being sick. Well, maybe hypochondriacs? I don't know. Oh, do I have enough? I don't have much space in my multi-tool, do I? No. Don't have that weapon mode. Okay. Copper and iron for that. Copper and iron. Well, I hope you're feeling a bit better, antiseptic guy. If not now, soon. Oh, welcome back, Ben. I must admit, before I actually started streaming, I didn't really watch many streams myself. Search for answers. And it's only kind of counterintuitively, now that I've actually started up the channel and started streaming myself, I've actually started watching other people's streams. I used to watch lots of YouTube videos and stuff. Not so well with my nickel. But yeah, not so much streaming until I did this. So I do enjoy watching people's streams. If anything, I prefer smaller people because you can actually talk to them. You know, like I watch, there's a guy called Jimmy Broadbent who does racing streams a lot. But he's got, you know, tens of thousands of subs and people who watch, like thousands of people who watch the stream and stuff. So it's alright watching it, but you can't actually see anything in the chat. It's a waste of time. It's like when you try and watch like good games, awesome games done quick, good games done quick, whichever one it is. It's near impossible to see anything in the chat because there's just so much going on. Anyway, that's why when I actually get to that stage where I have a few more people in chat, oh, it's just gone. It's just gone. Okay. Future is going to be my gatekeeper. Deal with all that for me is a mod in training. Yeah, no worries, antiseptic guy. It is getting on for me now. If you do want to see any of it, of course, it will be... What's the word I'm looking for? Archived. Archived onto the channel. All the streams are, so all the streams are available there if you do miss anything at any point and do want to see it. Otherwise, like I said, I'll be streaming again on Monday. I'll be doing No Man's Sky on Monday. So this is just sort of the catch-up video to try and get me back to where I was in my original survival game. So you can come along and see me then, or back again on Wednesday. Probably at the moment I'm leaning towards Dragon's Dogma. So we'll see. We shall see. there's nothing here I actually want to go to, so let's go back to the map. So, thanks for stopping along, Aunty. It's good to see you. I'll hopefully see you Monday, indeed. Yeah, that'd be awesome. Hey, Kieran, how's it going? $600 subs, eh? That must have been a while back. Not that I'm, you know, massively ahead of that, but almost double. That's pretty good. I don't want to go back to the same one I've been to. Can I get there? Is that too far? Let's do that then. I am playing No Man's Sky. And I realised that I've missed... let's just break, make sure I don't do anything. I specifically asked asked Brent about his food. Grasmus sirloin's going to grill them. Shallow jab with the fork, but marinating them with half the Worcestershire sauce. Nice. Red wine. Oh. Season. Oh, you son of a bitch. Shit. Okay. I'm going. I'm not prepared for this in any way. Let's get in there. Get in there. Perfect. Smooth. Season and roast the potatoes like mashed potatoes. That sounds insanely good, Brent. Insanely good. Hopefully, Kieran. Well, next we'll have 1200. Next we'll have 1200. What we were on? 1-1... I think we're 179 now, I think. Catherine, was it? No. Damn it, forgotten your name. So sorry. Someone subbed during the stream, so I'm a little bit higher. And the counters don't update because they are terrible. So yeah, hopefully not too far off. Hopefully by summertime, we'll be at 1500. Ooh, a traveller. Now, how do you keep track of what's going on? Well, most of it you do through the log. At the moment there's only the one mission there, but once I actually excuse me, find the anomaly and talk to those, and there's another sort of primary mission that starts as well, which is the Artemis path as well. That'll kick up there as well. And then secondary missions like your base building and that sort of thing will all appear there. So it's all, and if you pick up any missions in station, they appear there as well. And aside from that, that's generally all you need to worry about. You don't need to worry about too much else aside from that. In terms of just collecting stuff, it can be a little bit overwhelming, particularly at the beginning. And then there's the middle stage where you're collecting lots of stuff, you don't really know what to do with it. That seems rude, but okay. So yeah, it's not too bad. It's certainly a little bit easier to deal with than something like Elite Dangerous, which is a bit more, you know, sim-based. Let's just leave, not enjoy that. And Traveller. Don't think so. You're forgiven. Thank you very much. Very generous. We can have 100 thamium, that's fine. That'll be worth it in the end, Brent. Worth it in the end. That's actually quite useful. I'll have 60,000 credits. When will I do a Vive video? Oh, I don't have a Vive, so probably not for a while, I'm guessing. Probably not for a while. I mean, the Vive Pro that's coming out looks interesting, but They're not doing the full pack until later on in the year, so that's not really going to work for me, unfortunately. So yeah, so be some time, I imagine, till I do a Vi video. And what's going on? Well, in general or in the game? How much is the game? Oh, I don't really know, actually. Let's just pop out quickly and take a look at the store page. Be full price at the moment, I imagine, whatever that works out to be. So yeah, it's full price £40 at the moment. It does tend to pop up in the Steams and stuff. And if you wanted it on... that's what I've been looking for. PS4, if you want it on console, I picked it up from my fiance for the PS4 for, I think, £13 from Amazon. And that's, you know, like I say, she put 30 hours into it in the first week, and she's up to about 47, 50 hours now, so money well spent. I've already been here. Or did I already scan that one? Where are the other planets? Where are the other planets? No, that's the same planet. I don't know. How's this game's version of the PG working out? Don't know what you mean, Andy. What do you mean by PG? I don't really want to go to that planet. Let's just shoot up here a little bit and see if we can find anything else. Oh, or not. Ah, procedural generation, I see. I see. Why can I see nothing else? It's not as varied, I guess, as people would have hoped. I guess that was just the short answer. Okay, we'll go down here. So yeah, so some of the things, like they showed like almost like a dune sandworm type creature early on, and they showed like huge like diplo dinosaurs, and obviously, you know, didn't work out quite like they expected. But some of the variety and stuff is really nice. Like most of the planets look quite similar. Like they'll look like this, but slightly different variations of colors and stuff. And then every now and then you come across a planet which is just really different. Like either huge, like arching arcs of rock, which is a terrible way of phrasing it, but hopefully you get what I mean. Any planets in the sky? How many planets are in this system? One planet. Okay. Let's find something to land on and see what this planet's like then. Maybe this will be our home planet. Animal-wise, again, not quite as much variety as people were hoping for, which isn't to say that it isn't quite, you know, startling sometimes with what you end up with. Some of the creatures you come across are just bizarrely fascinating. I think more than anything, considering the size of the team that they had to make it, it's an insanely phenomenal achievement. It really is. I know they had a bit of help from Sony, you know, partway through the development, but nonetheless, it's insane. What, like 18 quintillion planets, something like that. So yeah, there's going to be some similarities. Is there not fauna on this planet? I want fauna on my planet. That's going to be a problem if there's not. Moderate fauna. Moderate fauna. Oh, not what I wanted. Okay, well, let's see what this is like. Doesn't look particularly good, does it? that's worth more than the one I traded in, I think, isn't it? I don't really want to faff around with swapping ships around again, but we just do that and then pop over to the other ship and see what that one comes out at. So it's like, what, nearly 3 million. Well, you may well be in... Oh, it is more. Ah, because I spent about 4 on mine, didn't I? No, I'm fine. I'm fine. Okay. So yeah, Dragon's Dogma, you may well be in luck. I think I'm pretty much settled at the moment on Dragon's Dogma for the next stream game. I'll continue to do little bursts of No Man's Sky here and there. Hopefully at least once a month. But yeah, Dragon's Dogma I've been meaning to play for a while. Like I say, I picked it up yesterday in the sale, whenever it came out. So it is now in my system, downloaded, ready to go. And I've not really played a proper RPG on the channel either, so that'll be interesting. So at the moment I'm thinking either Dragon's Dogma or Torment Tides of Numenera. So 2 things I've been quite excited about playing for a while. I think Dragon's Dogma will probably be a bit more accessible, a bit more action-based combat, although not strictly, certainly more than Torment would be. Now I probably wouldn't normally spend quite as much time faffing around mining stuff in this stream, but as this is the catch-up stream, and as I have basically no money, I thought I'd get us a little chunk of emerald here. I can hear... Oh, there's something. Hello. How many of you are there? 11 species on this planet somewhere. Oh, he's cool. Look at that. That's cool. See, that sort of thing. Like, again, I've seen hundreds and hundreds of animals in this game now. And then you see something like that, which just catches you completely off guard. Amazing. Use it to fill space on YouTube? Oh, let's scan the rock. Seems as we started. I suppose what we should do really then is build a little scanner. What is that? That's something to mind, that's it. Hey Anti-Guy, welcome back. If anything, No Man's Sky will just lull you into a nice little bit of sleep. How do I build stuff? There we go. Ah, so the planet does have storms, which is a bit of a pain. We'll see how horrible the storm is. It's only a 2. Only a 2. Could be a lot worse. So yeah, the issue with the game is it's advertised as a AAA title. It was made by, yeah, a B-sized team. That's exactly right. Exactly right. Habitable base, please. We'll try and get a couple of those scanned in, see if we can get something. See, and I imagine that their deal with Sony and the amount of attention it got, first of all, made it very difficult for them to hit any of their stated objectives. Oh, now it's a 3. Now it's a 3, okay. So it's not an ideal planet, but it's it'll do for now. But to their credit, they have gone really above and beyond in working on the game with entirely free updates. So you can't really fault them for their post-game support, which a lot of people would say is what they should do because, you know, blah, blah, blah. But how many games have been released in unfinished, terrible states and haven't been addressed? So these Hello Games have done something about it. And I can't really wait to see, because I'm assuming they're going to have to, not have to, but I'm assuming the idea of doing a sequel is on the cards. Because it must have made them so much money. And really turned them into, you know, maybe not a AAA, but at least like a 1A or a 2A. Oh, I don't like that. It's just surrounded by nothing. It's a little bit of nickel. Not a fan. Oh, not a fan. Let's land and scan for another one, see if we can find another one. Ah, it's funny you should say that, Kieran. Funny you should say that. I will be starting a Subnautica series while I'll be recording it tomorrow. I'll be recording a Subnautica video tomorrow for the start of a series. So unless I do it particularly early and get it up in the evening, it'll probably be up on the channel on Friday. But yeah, that's something to look out for. I've been quite excited about doing Subnautica. I mentioned it briefly earlier, but I've largely ignored them. I've watched a few little bits and pieces of like people's Let's Plays here and there, but largely ignored it as much as I can, being quite excited about playing the game at some point. So yep, in VR, I am going to do Subnautica in VR as a series and see how we go. I saw that Indy was playing it earlier and he said that it's been a lot of fun in VR. I said the only major issue with it is the PDA is a bit close to your face, but hopefully that's something they can either easily patch or something that I can get past. I managed to do alien isolation with the computers, you know, at eye distance from my face, so hopefully I'll be able to deal with that. I'm trying to run like I do in Middle Earth. I'll be able to deal with that alright. So yeah, I'll be recording that one tomorrow. So either tomorrow evening, maybe around this sort of time or a little bit earlier, or probably tomorrow or Friday morning. I'll be doing a little bit of Subnautica and getting a series on that going. Like I say, which I'm quite excited about. Oh, hang on. What's oh, okay. Is that nickel? That's nickel. I'm not so bothered about nickel. Boring nickel. What's that though? Yeah, that's another one. My 2-year-old little bro fell asleep watching me this on my phone. Yeah, it was overhyped. If it was sold for what it was, give me that thermal protection. Give me it, you son of a bitch. That's just a little one of them anyway. If it was sold for what it was, then wouldn't have had half the issues that it did, obviously. It's kind of an obvious thing to say, but hope you get what I'm saying. But, yeah. Oh, that was lucky. It was definitely overhyped. Yeah, but the idea of a sequel that they've got, you know, a bit more time to plan for and work on. Because they're clearly not going to rush one out, because it's kind of what they had to do with this, and that went down a little bit. So something, even with like the same graphics tech, but just like the improving like the procedural generation like we were talking about before. So different biomes would be amazing. That would be a good start. And more animal variety, more consistent animal variety, I guess. And more interactive in the sense they have like a better AI ecosystem would be also very cool. I was going to build another one to see if I could get something else, wasn't it? And just stuff like rivers. Just having rivers would be amazing. Don't point to the one I'm at. Okay. No, I did hear it's not Oculus touch controlled, which is a little bit of a pain, but I'll make do. I know, that's fine. That's fine, Antiseptic. There's one thing I'm good at doing in my videos, it's dying. So this is basically directly south. So if we head back north, if this isn't good, we should be able to find this one again. That is why most people watch, and I imagine watching something like Subnautica, that's why you watch a survival game, isn't it? To see how badly people mess up. That's the whole point. Well, to remember that's there as well. I don't want to go too far off the old beaten path. Yeah, that sort of thing, Brent. That's exactly the sort of thing I mean. And there's a fine line between it, because if you do biomes, then you have to kind of have maybe animals suited to different biomes. So do you just sort of reskin them, which people might see as being lazy, or do you have completely different species per biome? But then you get to the point where there's just too much. Too much. Oh, there's a little bit of emerald there, and a little bit over there. Is that more down there? No. There's more over there though. Okay, this is the one. This is the one then. It's not perfect, but it'll do. It'll give us a chance to at least start getting some of the people hired we need and stuff. And then, oh you idiot. Every time. Well, not every time. Too often. Now, did I see a bird flying around or am I making that up? Making that shit up. There's a little bit of iron around as well, which is nice. Right, this thing. Give me a base. So yeah, so they can make it too complicated. If you have biomes and different animals, then you've got suddenly like 50 or 100 animals per planet, then how do you deal with that? How do you even deal with that? Well, I'll only be going for about another 30 minutes antiseptic, so don't worry too much about that. Is that where I want it? Why am I getting so confused? This is the door. That's the back. Okay. So let's spam a bit more. Oh, no. No need to apologize, antiseptic. Where do I want this? Here? No, I want it there. Cool. So, now we should have hire a base overseer. Perfect. I mean, I couldn't say no. You know what the audience want, the audience gets. But, particularly for money. The antiseptic already went to go sleep a little while back, so may have a harder time trying to sell it to him. Yeah, Subnautica's going to be a challenge, I think, to get into, really. Because No Man's Sky is one of those games where it's, you know, if you don't know exactly what you're doing, it can be a bit of a pain in the ass. What is that? It can be a bit of a pain in the ass to figure out everything to start with, sort of thing. Oops. Similar to the only other thing that springs to mind is Warframe, which is like notoriously, horrendously noob unfriendly. And if it wasn't for people helping me out when I first started No Man's Sky, I would, you know, I'd be way behind where I was. So Subnautica, without an interactive live audience to help me, is going to be interesting. Definitely a bit of a learning curve to start with. Look at that. Not seen one like that before. Those wings are awesome. Okay. It's not even just mega grindy, Brent. It's just really, they don't really explain anything to you to start with. Like one of the early quests tells you need to, I think it's when you have to build your arc wing, your flying thing. It's terrible. Sod it. And the materials you need you don't get for like 3 or 4 planets in. Is it Mars I think you get them on? So it's like 3 or 4 planets in from where you start. He's a pretty cool looking guy. I'm happy with him. And it doesn't really explain to you that you're going to have to just wait all that time to actually even be able to begin to do it. So yeah, horrendously grindy game, but I played, or me and again I'm the fiance, played around 400 hours I think of Warframe. Because as bad as, you know, it's if someone described Warframe to me, then I think I would immediately just be like, nah, it's not the game for me. That sounds really boring, mate. Just spending hours grinding for materials. Oh, it would drive me insane. But playing the game is a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. I have a lot of time for, well, I put a lot of time into Warframe. I really did like the leveling mechanic in Warframe. I think that's what really made it kind of interesting. The fact that you're forced to use different weapons and warframes and melee weapons, and that you have to level those up to level up your mastery level, means you keep having to experiment doing different things all the time. So yeah, I love Warframe. I love it. Horrendously grindy, but a lot of fun. Well, yeah, I did think about that, Brent. Did think about that. If I'd finished this earlier, or if I finished Middle Earth earlier, if it only took me a couple of hours and I was ready by about 8 o'clock, I maybe would have done, excuse me, maybe would have done a quick Subnautica one instead. As it took a bit longer, I thought I'd do this. So, what I'll probably do, like I say, I'll do the video probably tomorrow. Well, no, I'll definitely do it tomorrow. Depends on where it ends up being released, either tomorrow or Friday morning. And I'll just be horrendously bad, and I'll wait for the comments to come flooding in and telling me how to improve. So I'd love to like stream it tomorrow instead, but unfortunately, my streaming options are quite limited. Unfortunately, oh, there's Iridium in there as well. Iridium, nickel, and emerald. Forgot what it's called. It's not a bad little spot actually. Not a massive fan of the planet, but it'll definitely do for now. I'm not sure when it will be out tomorrow, Antiseptic. Like I say, it'll be an on-demand video rather than a stream, so whenever I do it, pretty much. Whenever I do it. I'll be looking to do it pretty much as soon as I'm coming from work. That might be like 5:30, 6-ish. So probably around, I thought like between 8 and 10, we'll say. Between 8 and 10. Or if it takes me longer to do that, then maybe Friday morning if I don't get a chance to get it uploaded and everything. Did not listen to that little dude at all. What am I doing? I'll collect platinum, which I already have. Perfect. Again, did I miss stuff there? Kieran, yeah, it is farming, but like I say, it was just, I don't know why. I don't know what exactly. I mean, the game itself was really fun. Like, the Space Ninja thing is a lot of fun in Warframe. Just running around, jumping off the walls. It's very fast. And it's very different in that regard as well. It's completely different to a lot of things you'd expect it to be like. So it feels quite exciting. Which is a lot of fun. You have Necris. I don't think we have Necris Prime. And the Kana Prime. We have well, we tended to rock Frost and Ember mainly. So when they did the Frost and Ember re-releases from the vault, you have Excalibur Prime. Holy shit, dude, that's amazing. See, that's big. That's big. That is a big deal. Can I not just stick one next to it? I have to have a corridor. I have to have a corridor. Okay, let's put a little corridor on. Let's just do a 4-way there, shall we? Yeah, why not? Thank you. I probably can't stick one there. I kind of need a little bit of a thing on it. That's fine. Yeah, that's nice, Kieran. But yeah, so we did get the Frost and Ember Primes when they were re-released from the vault. And that was a lot of fun. That was a lot of fun, but they've changed all because it's been a year and a half since we played now, if not a little bit more. Oh, maybe not that much actually. So they've changed up all of the what are the skills you got when you got your operator and stuff. I can't remember. They changed all that. So she used to have the with Ember, she got the constant focus regeneration, so she could just do her magic like Ember 4 ability for ages. Well, yeah, that's all it means, but that's a big deal to be there that early on. That's a pretty big deal, really. I need some iron. Need some iron. An antiseptic. So there won't be a stream, unfortunately, for Subnautica. As much as I'd love to stream it, as I think Andy pointed out, the Fiance wouldn't be entirely happy with me doing a stream again the next day. Warframe, Andy. They're talking about Warframe. Which is a free-to-play space ninja game. Which is the best way of describing it. Does not count as cover. Give me some cover. You serious? There we go. So it won't be a stream. It'll be a video on demand. And it'll probably be a bit later than 6 o'clock. Just because... like I sort of said, I won't finish work till probably around 5ish, if not a bit later. Come home, have some food, etc, etc. Start the recording. I'll probably have to record a couple of things tomorrow as well, and then do the editing. So, oh yeah. In fact, it'll probably be a bit later on in the evening. Unfortunately. But keep an eye out for it, and then you can tell me everything I've done wrong and everything I need to do to improve myself. Oh. Nah, it's good, mate. It's good. It's all good. Don't worry about it. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's a surprisingly big... like, when we started playing it, it was pretty popular. You know, there were a lot of people playing it, but... it's like one of the biggest... outside of, like, you know, League and Dota. It's one of the biggest, like, games on Steam sometimes. It's absolutely huge. And it's actually really good at not being one of those games where you feel compelled to spend money. Which was really nice, because some of the free-to-play games you play and you just, like, you know, they ram it down your throat. Every 5 minutes they're saying, buy this, buy this, buy this to do this. And then some of them you get to a point where you actually literally cannot progress in the game unless you spend money, which is the most infuriating thing possible. So it has a really nice way of not being a dick like that. And I did read an article a while back talking about... So one of the main... There is a story to it, which is kind of being very sort of slowly trickle-fed out. Probably wouldn't have picked up on it if Gopher didn't point out, but yeah, that is a little bit of a spoiler. But yeah, the lore to it is... There's a lot of lore to it. It's just a lot of chaotic mess, to be honest with you. But the... what is it I need next? Yeah, like the main storyline, you don't really figure out the main part of the storyline until like 200 hours into the game. So it's not like something like Diablo or Destiny where you do the main game, you finish the storyline in 12 hours or whatever. Scientific or science terminal. And then all of a sudden you just do like endgame content for the rest of the time, and you just farm the same resources to fight the same endgame raid bosses or whatever, and that's it. It is very good at making it... Nope. Yes. Very interesting. And keeping it going, and keeping things locked away, and trickle feeding it to you, and just making it just bloody good. Oh no, sorry Antiseptic, I don't have... it's not on the channel. I was playing Warframe before I actually played... before I started the channel, so yeah, unfortunately I don't have any Warframe content. I did try and convince the fiance to do some Warframe streaming, but she wasn't keen on being on stream. Although I would like to at some point, even if she'd locked herself downstairs or something like that. But it was good. So yeah, unfortunately nothing on the channel. One day maybe, but nothing for the moment. Oh, Ash vs Evil Dead. Oh my god. Oh, Ash vs Evil. It was just Ash vs Evil, wasn't it? Yeah, I give you the wrong name. My god, isn't that just so good? Isn't that so good? It is the exact, like you say, the exact feeling of the original series. So yeah, it was amazing. And keeping it, you know, it had a bit more money behind it, or it looked like it did at least, but nothing crazy. And yeah, felt very similar. Felt like a suitable homage to it all. The hair is insane. Cool. Cheers for coming along, Gopher. Glad you enjoyed, and thanks for Shadow of War. Pablo, that's the dude, yeah. And yeah, we'll play play some Divinity soon. Looking forward to it. And click the like button. Haven't said that for a while. Click the like button if you're on YouTube. Yeah, I'll be finishing like relatively, maybe not bang on 11 here, which is 12 for you I think, isn't it, Antiseptic? But we're finishing relatively soon after that, so you won't miss too much. And all I'm really doing is going over stuff I did previously anyway. So there's nothing to worry about too much there. So where is this? Is it off planet? Oh no, it's just in a very, very far away. I'm assuming it's getting another series. I haven't heard it's not getting another series. So I'm assuming it is. I hope it is. Random but relevant, so it's fine. Yes, you have not seen Harrow yet, Brent. Thanks, Kieran. I think Titania was the last one that came out when we were playing. I think that was the newest one. I did quite enjoy Titania as well. Is it Titania? Don't know if I'm making that up now. The little flying fairy one. See, like I said, there's a lot we've missed out on. A lot we've missed out on. Are you off, Kieran? Well, if you are, then thank you for joining me, and I'll see you later. Oop. Alright then, well, yeah, like I say, thank you very much for coming along. Awesome to have you here. Hopefully you make it to, right now, hopefully you make it to Monday stream. And then again on Wednesday as well. Double stream next week. Exciting times. It is Titania. Yeah, cool. Yeah, it was an insanely good game. Oops. See, I do plan on doing it at some point again, and then maybe putting it on the channel as well. The thing with it is, Warframe, similar to Elite Dangerous as well. Like, I want to do Elite Dangerous on the channel. The problem is, I put so many hundreds of hours into both of them. It's not like I can just start. I'm definitely not going to start. I'm not going to make a new Warframe account, for example. We spent quite a lot of money on Warframe, so I'm not making a new Warframe account. And same with Elite. I'm not going to lose all my Elite progress. I'm not going to lose my bigger ship, Anaconda. I'm not going to lose my Anaconda, you know. So if I, oh Jesus Christ, that come out of nowhere. 6 PM on Monday. Yes, 6 PM on Monday. I'll be streaming. And then 6 PM again on Wednesday. So the problem is, how do I do it? Because I'll be very lost in both of them, so I'll be very noobish. Oh, there's no dodge. You said if it's cross-platform, and I play it on PC, so I'm assuming you play it on PS4 or Xbox or something, so I was just assuming we wouldn't be able to add each other. If we can, then yeah, we will add away. Not that I've even got it installed at the moment, but I think we only ever played in a team of 2, myself and my fiance. So whenever we did keep fun, and then the other person would just like, boom, shoot off at 1,000 miles an hour, gone at the speed of light. We wouldn't have any enemies to kill. They'd massacre them all before we even got there. They'd complete the mission. And then they'd be impatiently waiting at the drop zone or whatever it was at the end to finish up. Oh, you son of a bitch. You son of a bitch. I ain't having that. I ain't having that. No sunshine. Did I need to scan him? Nah, I already had him. It's fine. Oh, I've gone off this planet a bit more now. Oh, no worries, Antiseptic. Well, thanks a lot for coming on to the stream. It's been awesome. Been awesome chatting with you. And I will see you Monday at 6 PM. And don't forget to comment on the Subnautica video when it goes up to tell me, you know, how stupid I'm being. It is a bit of a struggle sometimes, Andy. I don't live too far from work. It's only, it's not what I wanted. It's about maybe 20-25 minutes from work. So I usually, yeah, finish work at like 4. Home for like 4:30, 20 to 5-ish. Smash some food down, quick as I can. And then basically getting the stream, I was a couple of minutes late today because food took a bit longer than anticipated, so I was a couple of minutes late getting on the stream and very unorganised with it. Well, just now, Brent? Oh, really? Oh. Oh, sorry about that. It all seems okay at the moment. Not sure what happened there. Yeah. I mean, sometimes, Andy, I just leave at like 3 if I'm streaming to make sure I have enough time to get home and do stuff. I am very fortunate that I work... You are dead, mate. You're dead. Don't you run from me? You don't get to just... I am very lucky that where I work, it's all flexi time. So there are core hours between 9 and 12 and 12 and 2. No, 9 and 12 and 2 and 4. Got that wrong. 9 and 12 and 2 and 4. So you have to work between... You have to work between 10 and 12, what I should have said, and 2 to 4. But anything else is like your manager discretion, obviously, but you can do what you want pretty much. So because I work so much before Christmas and stuff, I've got loads of flexi saved up. So my weeks, Andy, have been so short. Like I've been saving or using up like at least 4 hours of flexi since Christmas per week. So only doing like at most like a 7-hour day pretty much. It's been wonderful. It won't last forever, of course, but for now, whilst it's there. And then what I do when I actually don't have flexi saved up like I do at the moment, I just work, you know, slightly longer Monday, Tuesday and Thursday. So that I can leave early on Wednesdays to do streaming. Or earlier. And then, oh, hello. And then Friday we have a long lunch. I went to answer and stream offline. That's perfect. And hey Gaffer, how's it going? Good to see you again. I mean, 3 is a short day. You know, that's it's an unusual thing. I thought your battery was going antiseptic. Can't keep away. I almost did, Gaffer. I didn't do the time ones. But everything else I did. Is there anything left in here? And my boss is leaving in April, so my boss doesn't care anymore. He is done, I think. So feel free. Even when I do a full work week, it's, what, 35 hours a week? 7.5 hours a day? And I have this sneaking suspicion, Andy, that your work days are currently significantly longer than that. I am laughing. I am laughing. I mean, you know, I do have to... Don't have any carbon. Don't have any carbon. Shock horror. You know, I do have to do a full day still. It's just that I've got all this flexi saved up. Well, I was not worried about it. It's just I don't have the leave for it. I don't know if I can afford to take unpaid leave to pay for the honeymoon. If you see what I'm saying. I see ya. Twice. What is that? What's a... It's a dickweed. It's a dickweed inside a building. I've never seen a dickweed inside a building. That's horrible. That's horrible. Alright, plenty of space on the ship still, so do-do-do. Do-do-do. Do-do-do-do. Get rid of this. I've got way too much iron all of a sudden. When did that happen? We can move that across. I might need that in a second. We'll get rid of that. Yeah, I thought it'd be something like that, Andy. Yeah, dickweeds. These things. There are these stupid plants. They exist on every planet. Well, it's a little different. It looks a little bit like a creature, that one, doesn't it? But on every planet, there is a plant which curls up, and if you get too close to it, it gives you a smack. And I was reliably informed one of my earlier streams. I can't walk past it now because I have to wait for my shield to go up. Oh, there's another door. I was reliably informed that they are called dickweeds on one of the earlier streams. You haven't got my ship. You haven't got my ship. Mate, you get away from my ship. I look out the window at 4 PM and go, Christ, I'm still here. Time to shut down the laptop and get out the door. Must be some sort of benefit to your job, though. If you work those hours, the money can't be that bad. I would hope. Although saying that, obviously, you know, there are definitely some jobs which are insanely long hours that don't pay the bills. Yours must be fairly technical. All your high-whiz VFX stuff. Well, yeah, there is that. Yeah, I don't have that problem down here. And I don't use buses down here because I think buses are expensive, so when I get in a bus and they're like, yeah, £3, mate, I'm like, it's disgusting. How dare you charge so much? You do get to talk to people at parties, if you go to parties, I guess, if you're not too busy. And be like, you know that big old film that went out the other week? Yeah, I did that. All my work that single-handedly crafted all that CGI. I am indeed, Gaffer. I am English. I too love this chat, Gaffer. Love it. Is the summer morning English? I mean, summer's not very English on its own. Best head back towards the base, I guess. Did we use the save point? I'm not sure if we did. Let's go do that. I didn't. Let's run back to the thing. Ah, cool. Don't think I've had a Welshman on the stream before. That's awesome. That's a bit more English. That's pretty English. Not that if I went to Wimbledon, I would pay for the strawberries and cream, because it's extortionate. I can't remember what they said it was now, but it was... Oh, I went a bit too far, Jesus. It was a lot of money for strawberries and cream. And you are welcome here, Gaffer, anytime. Although I'm going to have to call it a day at some point soon. You do get grenade launchers in well, not grenade launch, you get grenades in No Man's Sky. It's a bit early on at the moment. Maybe not 50 quid. I want to say like 7, but I don't know if that's a bit too much. I don't know. You guys have access to Google. Google it. More than I would reasonably spend on strawberries. Which I can pop in town and the man at the fruit store will reliably shout in my face that they're £1 a punnet. Is that a big old thing of emerald? Oh, it is. Alright, we'll take a little bit of a stop. Oh, maybe not quite as big as I thought it was. Oh, saying that. Take that back. Bloody huge, mate. Oh, you... Yeah, regretting this planet a little bit, but we didn't have very many options. As there was one planet on this system. And we didn't have the fuel to go anywhere else. I'll battle for you. Well, how are your dishes at the moment? What have you got? What have you got down? What's like your, you know, your top dishes? Apart from steak and asparagus. keep doing that. Silly. Silly, silly, silly. Immediately do it again. Well, you can get around it. Like the mining beam uses carbon. It can use any of the isotopes, so carbon, plutonium, thamium to charge it. Thamium you need for your exosuit life support, so you don't want to use your thamium for anything apart from that, really. Plutonium you need for your launch thrusters to get you off the planet. And plutonium you can find, I think, on every planet. I've not found a planet that is not on, although I have heard there are planets without it. If you come across a planet without it, then you're screwed, basically. So if you, like if I used up, you see the mining beam has a charge that I just recharged up there. So if you run out of mining beam charge and you don't have anything to charge it with, there is a melee attack. So I could go and melee these plants, which I can demonstrate for you now. As such, so you can just melee your way into getting a little bit of carbon, and then once you've got a little bit, you can charge up your gun a little bit and use that little bit to get a little bit more, and then you just build it from there, sort of thing. So I don't think it's possible to run out of fuel. Once you're in space, your kind of general space thrusters, so I don't think when you go in at normal speed or boost speed, I don't think it uses any fuel at all. It's only if you're going, where are you? It's only if you're going at the super warp speed it uses fuel. Oh, there you are, you bastard. And so if you run out of iron, which is what the fuel uses in space, if you just travel at normal speed or boosted speed for a little while, you come across a asteroid belt or asteroid cluster, where you can then just spend a little bit of time shooting a few asteroids, getting a few iron together. Mate, nah mate, don't worry, it's good. So you can't really run it. It's quite user friendly, No Man's Sky. Apart from the start where you can get a little bit lost, it's quite user friendly. So it's not like Elite where you can literally just be stranded because you didn't think about getting enough fuel, or the system you went in didn't have a scoopable star or whatever. Oh, if you don't have any fuel and you just ran out of space, you would just destroy something. So if I just find where that Mordite went, you can just destroy anything. So I can make a space quite easily. So if I ran out of, if I was full of emerald and I wanted some space, I would just, you know, get rid of the nickel or the fascination bead or whatever, or something like that. So that's not too much of an issue either. And then you can buy these exosuit slots if you find certain drop pods. So I've got 19 at the moment. You can have up to 48, I think. And then you can buy more of these high capacity ones as well. And your starship can have up to 48 slots as well. Mine's only 26 at the moment. So time you get fairly far into the game, you'll have a lot of slots to play with anyway. Alright, no worries, Andy. Well, enjoy Ash vs. Evil. Ash vs. Evil. That's it. Almost got it wrong again. And I'll see you hopefully next week, if not on Monday as well. I know you enjoy a nice little bit of No Man's Sky. And yeah, so Wednesday, I'm going to say it's going to be Dragon's Dogma. Capcom are a bit of a pain for streaming stuff, aren't they? Ooh, I don't know. I'll say it's going to be Dragon's Dogma, but yeah, I'll have to look into Capcom's policies. I recall Capcom being one of the awkward ones. But everyone did Resident Evil 7, didn't they? So I'm sure it'll be fine. Sure, it'll be fine. I'll have to look into it. Probably can't monetize it, but that's fine. Whatever. Whatevs. I didn't think this was this big, so a kind of apologies? No, kind of apologise, but like I said, it is just the sort of the catch-up stream, so what do you expect? Yeah, I've not done Space Engineers yet. I have heard of it. I've never even really seen it. I've not watched anyone play it online or anything. I have heard of it, and I've heard generally positive things about it. Way, not at all annoying. But yeah, I'll have to check it out. I'm pretty sure it's in my wish list on Steam. If not, probably should be. But yeah, it's not something I've actually got around to trying yet. Hey SMJ, how's it going? Glad you could join me. We're going to have to run back to the ship in a second. Did want to fill myself up, but it doesn't look like it's going to happen. See, Kerbal Space Program again is one of those things that I've considered doing. But again, I've played a lot of Kerbal Space Program. So I'd be somewhat in the position where I know what I'm doing, but not entirely, because it's one of those games where unless you happen to remember a lot of astrophysics, then it doesn't really matter too much. But yeah, I do love Kerbal Space Program, and so I have definitely thought about it. I have thought about it. Maybe one day. Maybe one day. I would very much enjoy it. And SMJ, I have heard of Star Citizen. Yeah, I was one of the many people who threw money at it at some point during its Kickstarter campaign. Or crowdfunding, I should say, not Kickstarter. For those of you on YouTube, SMJ has talked to me on Twitch, which is why it seemed like I'm talking to no one. So yeah, I have the Freelancer, or whatever it's called, version of the ship. And I did also get one of the AMD ones you got through with an AMD card, because people were selling the codes on eBay, so I got one of those and then sort of side upgraded that to something different. So I've got a couple of couple of ships, and I have not, I was getting to that, I have not played it for years. Not played it for years. Only last time I played it was when they first sort of had the what do they call it, like the ship hangar thing, where you could go and you could fly around a bit, but that was about it. So I haven't played any of the new stuff. I know they've had some really huge updates to it, but yeah, I have not touched it for a long time. Again, it's one of those things that I keep thinking about putting on the channel. Like, I think about streaming it as well. Yeah, because you can land now, and they've got like semi-mission structures and all sorts going on, haven't they? And trading and stuff, yeah. So yeah, one day I might do a stream on it, hopefully. It was one of the things I've been planning to do, actually. I keep saying that for everything. Every game people mention, like, yeah. I mean, Star Citizen is probably higher up than Kerbal Space Program, just because I haven't really touched Star Citizen. Whereas Kerbal Space Program, I played, you know, tens of hours of, and thoroughly enjoyed it. And watched a lot of Scott Manley on YouTube to try and figure out how to play Kerbal Space Program. Okay, so we're full up. We're going to go back to the base, and then we'll probably leave that around there, I guess. So yeah, I am. Yeah, I will do Star Citizen at some point. I might even do it as a stream so people can watch me suck at it and not understand what's going on. As with all these things, it mainly comes down to time, really. I try and stick to around 5 ongoing series on YouTube, and then I do 1 stream in a week with the occasional bit of No Man's Sky as well, so I can only really do 6 things at once. I did say, what was, I think it was in the latest Titanic video. Did that go up today? Going up tomorrow? No, I think it went today. I did say in that you know, I wish I could go back to the old days where I was doing 2 videos a day, which I still don't really understand how I managed to do 2 videos a day. But just need to check where I got to with the Overseer in terms of mission progress last time. Built and hired tech. No. Gather solarium. That's how far I got. This is fine. Cheers, buddy. Alright then. Give me something to do. Yes, 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 yes. Ah, cool. Super hard an update. Yeah, they did like a wave mode, didn't they? Like a survival, see how long you can go sort of thing. Which I never did get around to doing either. I almost certainly would, SMJ. If you let me know what it's called. I probably won't have a chance to do that tonight because it's like 25 past 11 now, and I should probably be stopping and getting ready for work tomorrow. For my really long work day that Andy will be really angry about how short a day I'm going to have. Because I'm off Friday, so tomorrow is basically my Friday, so easy day tomorrow. If you're on Twitch, you could tweet it at me. I'm on Twitch under the same name, Man of the Ants. I'm not sure if you can send messages on Twitch. I don't really know how Twitch works, to be honest. That's not something I use as a primary channel. But yeah, sure, you can send it to me on Twitch. That's not a problem. Or tweet it, or put it on my YouTube channel. Or there's a... Yeah, tomorrow, easy day, Gaffer, honestly. Get as much stuff covered up as I can before lunch. Go lunch. Leave around 4ish. Done. Or if you can't find any other way of doing it, SMJ, if you there's an email address down below in the Twitch stuff. Oh, there you go. Perfect. So yeah, like I said, sure, I probably won't be able to do it today just because of like time constraints, but I will definitely, I'll send that, I'll email that to myself and I'll watch that at work tomorrow. Because I can get away with that sort of crap sometimes. So that's what I'll do. So anyway. Let's save it, because I know the game doesn't save everything you do automatically, so let's just get in the shipping out again, so we save the game. Perfect. I don't know that ever class double P is easy, but I suppose it's easier than, you know, double math or something. Ooh, how long is it, SMG? How long is it? Because I've been tricked before by people ask me to watch videos on stream. Oh, okay, that's not so bad. Let's do that then. Let's just very quickly and randomly watch this trailer. That's the wrong window. That's the chat window. And Chrome doesn't seem to want to work. Chrome does not seem to want to work. Give me a moment. Give me a moment. It's taken ages. Alright, let's try in Firefox then, shall we? That's a bit better. Oh, alright. Hang on. Let's get that slightly more sensibly sized, shall we? I'll do. Perfect. Let's put it back. Let's take a look. When was this out? Let's go down a bit. Ooh, 25th of December. Recent. Cool. So this is a Star Citizen trailer, Gaffer. Star Citizen was a crowd-funded space sim game. It's sort of come out around the same time as Elite Dangerous. But made a lot more money than Elite Dangerous. It's something like $170 million of funding or something absolutely ridiculous. So it's been sort of stuck in a very long development cycle because the more money they made, the more, what do they call them, stretch goals they hit. And so they started selling things like ships you could buy, so you could have them in the game when it launched. And some of the ships cost like hundreds of dollars. It all got quite crazy, really. Should probably turn it down a little bit, so I imagine you cannot hear me at all. And then what they've ended up doing is splitting the game into two separate parts. So they have the main sort of Star Citizen campaign, which is like your space-based stuff, where you go and, you know, be a pirate, be a trader, whatever. And then they have this, which is their Squadron 42, which is like their campaign story mode, if you like. Just going to feature first-person shooter. There we go. Right on time. First-person shooter elements and all sorts. It is absolutely stunning. Last time I tried it, it ran like absolute crap on my system. But that was a while ago. I have a slightly beefier system now, so I'd hope it's better. But it is all sort of, you know, essentially early access still. It looks insanely nice, doesn't it? Graphically, utterly ridiculous. Wow, yeah. And you can land on planets now, as SMG pointed out. Which is something Elite beat them to, technically, but they are very different games. I think Star Citizen's a bit more. Let's not go to that guy's random thing. Did I just subscribe to his channel? Or am I just subscribed to that guy's channel? Oh well. So yeah, thanks for that, SMJ. I hadn't seen that before. That was awesome. That was really awesome. And it has multiplayer for first-person shooter as well. Yeah, yeah. I did hear about that. So yeah, it's if it delivers, it'll be one of the biggest games, really. Particularly in terms of development cost. Like I say, it's 170 million or something absolutely stupid. In fact, let's very quickly just look up what it's on now. Let's hide it from you. You don't need to be able to see what my normal window looks like, because it's a mess of tabs. Star Citizen. It is something absolutely crazy. I think it's about 170. Where would I even find it now? Funding. $177 million. $177 million. So, yeah, they've actually stopped doing stretch goals a long time ago, because it got to the point where they got ridiculous. Their last stretch goal was 65 million. So they've come a long way since then. And if we just pop into their store quickly and see if we can just quickly look at their ships. If we do all ships, can we organize by... Sort by? Oh, you can't sort by cost. Oh, that's damned annoying. Price range. Over $400. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. There are 14 ships which cost over $400 to buy. $400 of real money. So, yeah, it's going to be huge. But it's kind of, in many ways, paralleling Elite Dangerous and having, like, the planetary landing, the multi-crew stuff going on. It has a proper, like, modular ship feature thing going on as well. It's insane. It is, well, it's microtransactions without really that, well, back in the day, microtransactions without there being a game to microtransact into. So microtransactions for the promises of stuff. But it's worth looking into. It's worth looking into, even just as a story for how a game has progressed and become the biggest ever thing. It's huge. Yeah, and SMJ says in the next patch we would buy ships with in-game money, which will be interesting. Because right now, obviously, you can only buy it with real-world money, so... It did used to support VR back in the dev kit 1 and 2 days. I don't know if it still does. I don't know if that's still on the cards. I would have thought mainly probably for the main Star Citizen sort of game mode it might do. Maybe not for the Squadron 42. That might not, seeing as that's so heavily story based. So it might be a bit more cinematic. But I'm not too sure. Not too sure. Like I say, it definitely used to. Not too sure. Anyway, it's 11:30 now, so I need to wrap it up. So, thank you everyone for joining me, as always. It's been fantastic. Thank you to SMJ for popping in from Twitch with that amazing trailer that I hadn't seen. That was amazing. Thank you so much. Thank you to everyone that's commented or been in the chat. That's amazing. Thank you to everyone that's liked the videos. Thank you for everyone being here. As I said, I'll be here next Monday again for No Man's Sky. So next Monday at 6 PM. I'll be doing some more No Man's Sky. I'll be slightly further ahead than where I am now, so I'll be back to where I was in-game, which is pretty much the same in terms of the ship and the multi-tool. Need to try and earn a bit more money. I need to get the ship tech thing built. I need to get the planetary research up to the Solarium mission. I need to get the weapons research station built. I need to finish all the science one because that was all complete. So yeah, so there's a few things I need to do before then, but we're pretty much there. So then hopefully I will see you on Monday to carry on from there. And then again on Wednesday we'll be starting off a new series of something. Don't know, maybe Dragon's Dogma, depends on the potential Capcom hurdles. Monday 6 PM, 6 PM UK time, so 6 PM for you, Gaffer. So same sort of time, 6 PM till about 11ish or so. Hey SMJ, thanks for following on Twitch, that's amazing, that's cool, thank you so much. One step closer to that 30-person goal, thank you. Hopefully I'll see you on Monday also then, SMJ. You get a little notification now, hopefully. So yeah, thank you to everyone as always, and I will see you all on Monday and then hopefully Wednesday as well. Yeah, other than that, check out the normal videos every day on YouTube. Have some fun, click the like buttons, all that sort of stuff, all that good stuff. Thank you very much for joining me.